Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Smart Bike Light Cliq rear taillight. With advancements in technology, bike taillights can do more than simply provide illumination. Modern taillights like the Smart Bike Light Cliq can actually detect braking, sync output modes wirelessly with other taillights that are nearby, and even notify you if your bike is stolen. The Cliq was originally launched from a successful Kickstarter campaign where it was known as the Rio, and it's still one of the most advanced taillights on the market today. In terms of packaging, it's very simple. You can see I have a graphic of the taillight on here. Cliq written here on this glossy overlay, which is a nice touch. Basic specs written on the side, and as well as the other side, and then the light contained in this box. There's also different optional gear packs for mounting this, which we have here as well. So I'll go ahead and take it out of the box. We'll go over the specs. The retail price is currently $44.99, so it's quite a discount from the original price. It is a 3 LED design with the engineering optics, so each LED has a specific purpose. You have a 6-axis motion sensor, so that'll detect if you're braking. And you also have a 90 lumen maximum output. This taillight also has Bluetooth connectivity, which will let you automatically sync with any nearby taillights for that group sync feature. And it's fully customizable via an app, which also you can connect to using Bluetooth using the free app. It's available both on Android and iOS systems. In terms of what you get in the box, you get quite a few things. Here we have the taillight with the protective cover off. We have the holder, so this will pop into place behind it. You have the rubber strap, so this will work for any round seat post, and you can see stretchable and quite durable as well. It's not super thin like some other lights we've seen. It comes with a little pad too, which you can put right behind here to protect your seat post from scratches. Then you also have two other options. You can use the clip mount, which will go onto the holder, so that'll pop into place there. Allow you to attach this to a saddle bag or your backpack. And then you also have this other gear pack, which will actually connect to any strap. So you can see you slide the strap in there. So if you have a headlamp or any other type mount, you can use that. And again, this will just connect to the actual holder itself. So it's a modular design and a micro USB charging cable as well. You also have a little instruction booklet, which doesn't really give you much information. It just tells you what's in here and some basic instructions. So the instructions are definitely lacking. So we'll go over the operation later in the video. Now in terms of the gear packs, these are $9.99. So this one is a replacement. So if you wanted to spare or replace one of these, you can see it comes with the what they call the molle, which is a strap attachment, the holder again, and then the clip. It doesn't come with the cushion or the rubber strap. So it's great if you want to mount on another bike. And then they also have an Aero seat post mount, and you can see this has a cushion, the holder again, a flat cushion, and then the U-shaped, as well as a longer strap. So I'll go ahead and take this one out. And again, only $9.99, so pretty affordable. They also have a saddle rail option that we don't have here today, but could easily be used. So the contents of this one you can see much longer than the other one. So it should accommodate Aero seat post, and then you can see you have two cushion options, much thicker. This one has a U shape, so if you have a sharp trailing edge, this will slide right in and hold it in place. Or if it's more flat, you can use the larger flat one. Now let's go over the weight of the Cliq taillight. So just the taillight without any holders attached. That comes in at 48 grams, so it's still relatively light despite all the features. If you want to use the round seat post mount, you'll need these two pieces with a little cushion. That's only 10 grams, so quite light. And then if you want to do the Aero version, longer, you have the longer strap, thicker cushion. So I expect that to be slightly more, and that's only 20 grams. You can see a very simple design. You have a large, clear, transparent lens with a plastic body. It is fairly bulky, but you can see it actually narrows in, so it'll hide behind your seat post. And then the tops are curved inward as well. You have 3 LED design, and these are what are called total internal reflection, or TIR. And you can see that here, the LED emitter, unlike the center one, which the emitter is just exposed, the left and right one actually have this little reflector directly on top, and that really focuses the light. So the top one is designed for closer, so it's a more narrow beam. The middle one is designed for a wide beam, so that'll illuminate the body and help with your side visibility. Then the bottom LED is designed for long distances, so very focused. You have a simple one button interface, and this is on the bottom. You can tell the top and bottom by checking this USB cover, otherwise it's actually symmetric top and bottom. So you can see each LED has specific operation, and this one's very tight, while that one's a little wider. When it's illuminated, you can also see how nicely the lens itself is illuminated, so it helps with side visibility. It's something a lot of taillights forget to do. They'll move the body all the way to the edge and prevent it from being seen on the edge, but you can see here, even from very high angles, you still see the light. A very simple 4-mode option, so you just click through to visit every mode, hold it to turn it on and off. So the actual device interface is very simple. There's a little charging LED on the inside that'll illuminate when it's charging, and when it has a low battery indicator, that'll also illuminate. The mount design, you can see, is actually adjustable, and that's one of the more confusing parts. There's no instructions on how this goes, so you have to kind of figure it out. So I attached the cushion to the little cutout, and that helps you from not scratching your frame or your seatpost. So then you'll notice that these have little tabs. These will match the little rectangular tabs here. You have 3 different positions, so you can put it parallel, upward, or downward. Most seatposts are actually tilted upward, backwards, so you want to actually likely use the top mount. So that gives you some adjustability. So with that, you can compensate for that angle by tilting this a little bit upward. Now, once it's on there, you can use this in conjunction with the rubber strap. Very simple design. I know most people don't appreciate the little rubber strap, but it actually works well, and you can see the hook, so you actually want to put the right side in. And you can see how stiff this is. So the plastic feels well made. You want to put it in first, drop it in place, and then you can see it actually stays off and it won't fall off. Wrap it all the way around, and then you're ready to ride. Now, the other options take a lot more force, so it's very difficult to take on and off. What you want to do is put this back in. I'll just leave it in the parallel position. Now, if you wanted to use the clip, you actually want to attach that right here. So you simply snap it into place. And again, this has grooves. And then you get a nice clip. This is great for a saddle bag or put on your clothing for rear visibility. Now, taking this off requires actually pushing this down and then lifting up. It is very hard. You can see it almost feels like you're going to break it. So I actually have to use a flat piece of metal to take this off. Here I have a little door catcher, which I can put under and then pry this up. And then you hear the click. So you see now it comes off. It's just very stiff, so this should be a lot more flexible. Same thing with the other attachment. This has the same little hooks. You can see those. That'll attach here. And then to take it off, again, you just have to pry up and then that'll come off. But again, very stiff, so hopefully you don't have to do this too many times. Otherwise, you have the micro USB charging port here. It's a little bit disappointing that you don't get the USB Type-C, but otherwise really simple. The original Kickstarter offered multiple colors, but it's only available in black currently. Now let's take a look at the output of the Cliq on the road. There are 4 preset modes. You have a constant and a couple flash variations. They don't tell you the lumen output or the runtime for these modes, as they're so customizable through the app, and we'll see that later. Overall though, even with only 90 lumens, it's a very bright light, as you can see here. The 3 LEDs combined provide a nice short distance and long distance visibility. Now let's take a look at the Hautegrid app that comes with the Cliq. This is a free app available on Android and iOS, and it allows for full customization of the taillight. So you just enable Bluetooth, then find your device as it found it here, and you'll see the blue light activates. This indicates the Bluetooth connectivity is active. Now what's really cool about this is you can change each mode, so you can actually change each LED independently, so both the intensity, the flash pattern, you can even turn them off. So you can only do one at a time if you want. And each LED here has different beam optics. So if you want really far distance, you can set only one on. If you want more of a bright light during wet weather or foggy weather, you can turn them all on, and you can actually name them. You can see there's even a brake sensor. You can turn that on or off. Group syncs enabled, on or off per mode, which is really cool. And then with the brake light, you can do more than simply turn it on and off. You can change the sensitivity. That's something we've seen with other taillights like the Raz Pro. You can also change the duration. You can change the brightness. So it's very cool. You can get it exactly how you want it, and you can make it flash or just go to the high brightness. So a unique feature to this taillight, and really lets you customize it to exactly what you want. And then there's some global functions you can do. Eco mode, which will go to the low setting once the battery is low, and that helps you monitor the battery status. Auto sleep, which automatically turns it off after a certain amount of time. And then the theft alert, which is also a cool feature. It's a little bit of a gimmick. So if you enable that, it'll actually detect motion. So if I go move it, you'll see the alarm will go off on your phone, and you'll get a little alert that, hey, check your bike. So it's a little bit of a gimmick. You have to be within Bluetooth range. It doesn't emit an audible alert on the taillight. It's just on your phone, and you have to have the app open. So otherwise, really nice features. You can check the battery status too with this app. So if you go on here, it'll actually show you the exact battery status, so you don't have to guess, and there's no actual battery status on the taillight itself, so it's a nice way to check. You can have multiple devices if you have other products in this from the company as well. The most direct comparison is the Sharen Raz Pro. It has a lot of similar features. It was launched from Kickstarter. It has the group sync, so if you have multiple Raz Pros, they will flash together, same as the Cliq. You have the brake sensor. The Sharen also has the app connectivity, so you can actually customize the modes. And you can reorder the modes. With the Cliq, you can just have 4 modes that you can customize. With the Raz Pro, you can go all the way down to 1 or 9 and reorder them exactly as you please. Different form factor, a lot thinner and smaller. So you can see it's a little more compact. It's something you can put on your clothing or other places that's lighter weight. The party trick on the Raz Pro is the color change. It's not only just a black color, a red color. You can actually cycle through the full RGB spectrum, which is something you don't really see often, and really not that useful unless you want to use the light around your clothing on the front indicator or side indicator. But the nice thing about the Cliq over the Raz Pro is that you can customize what the brake sensor does. That's something the Raz Pro doesn't do. It just goes to the highest constant mode. While the Cliq, you can actually make like flash or whatever you choose. Now, there's a lot of form factors on the market when it comes to a taillight. This is the Light Motion Via switch, similar to their Via Pro, but you can see elongated body, single LED design, highly focused. So similar to that bottom LED on the Cliq, much smaller. And what's cool about the Via Pro, the Via switch that we have here, it is a built-in USB dongle, so you don't actually need a cable to charge this. You just plug it in directly, and it goes directly into the mount. So it's protected from the elements, and then you can actually just use the light as is. So there are other form factors as well. The NiteRider Bullet 200 is brighter at 200 lumens, but you can see quite long. And then it has this bulging form factor, so you have better visibility from the side. So you can see when I'm right behind it, I can still see the bullet because it sticks out. But again, they both have good side visibility. The bullet's obviously better just because of the bulging design. It's less elegant on the bike, while something like the Cliq can actually hide behind it. If you just want power without all the smart features, something like the Planet Bike Royo 100 is really nice. USB Type-C charging, multi-LED design, and it's very bright with multiple flash modes. Very simple body, so transparent body with the plastic clip, and then multiple mounting options. Now, the one downside to these smart taillights is that they rely on the app. You really can't do much with the Cliq without the app. You can only cycle through the modes. You can't customize, you can't change anything. Something like the Lupine Rotlicht, which we previously reviewed, takes all the nice features of the customization and bakes it into a single button interface. So you actually have to hold it, and then there's actually a cheat sheet here. So you have to hold it for 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 9 or plus different times, and it'll blink. So you can customize it manually. A lot less intuitive. Obviously you need an instruction manual or this cheat sheet to understand what you're doing, while the app makes it simple. The downside of the app is that you don't know how long they're going to support it. So if they come out with a new version, they may stop updating the app and it'll no longer be able to access all the features. The other popular light we've done a lot of reviews on is the Magic Shine. So this is the CME 200. It has the ambient light sensor, which is something the Cliq doesn't have and something I really like. So you can put it in smart mode and it'll switch between a day and a night mode without having to press any buttons. So that's a really nice feature, but otherwise it has a brake sensor, just like the Cliq. No app on the Magic Shine, but otherwise pretty similar, small body. This one has a downward facing LED on the CME 200, but the 180 and other models just have the front face. So that's one unique aspect, same rubber mount style. But the nice thing about the Cliq is compared to all these, you get a lot of smart features and the most customization we've seen. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Cliq taillight. What we like about it is that it's daytime visible. The 3 LEDs are very bright, and you can also customize each of them independently, which is a feature we haven't seen before using the app. And the 3 LEDs offer unique beam patterns, so you can have all constant or variations of flash between them. Some of the cons for the taillight is the fact that they're poor instructions. It's not really clear how to put the mounts together, so it takes a little trial and error. It also lacks a battery status indicator on the device. You do have to use the app, and most of the features are on the app. The onboard button is just to cycle modes or power it on or off. And finally, connecting the mount parts requires a lot of force. It's tight enough that it requires using a little flat screwdriver or another tool to actually take them apart. Taking everything into account, we'd give the Cliq an 8.9 out of 10. It's a very smart and customizable taillight. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.